Good morning. Getting ready to do some live training. Gonna be doing a lot of kicks. You see, I have a silly hat. Not really silly hat, but not a hat that I actually wear for training. I'll explain that in a little bit here. Give you some context. But today we're gonna work on some basic kicking, really. Maybe some advanced ways of thinking about some basic kicking, and we'll do probably some squats and some ab exercise, stuff like that. So stay tuned if you want to join me for some of that. It's going to be live, so we're just gonna kind of go where the wind blows here. This is going to be some Okinawan karate. It's going to tie in specifically to some of the katas in the system that I do, called Koburyu Karate. But I think some of this stuff you could probably follow even if you're another style of martial artist that doesn't do my specific system. You could probably still follow along with a lot of this. Hey, what's up? What do you think? Ready for St. Patty's Day? So, got some fun St. Patty's Day stuff coming up. For me, I'm gonna go to probably like a parade, see some performances and such. We'll wait just a few minutes because I said I was gonna go on at 5:15. Are you training along? We'll probably go for about 45 minutes. I'll cut it off at 6 o'clock. Yeah, more distinguished, right? Teacher is going live. Go spam. I don't know what that means, but okay. I think she's trying to get us to go to her channel, but nope. All right, we'll just wait. There's a couple more minutes here. I feel like I don't really want to get into like pipe smoking, but I feel like that's kind of what this hat would go with, is if I started smoking pipes. What do you think? A pipe smoking hat? I can't be a pipe smoking guy. It's probably bad for health anyway, and I don't want that. You gotta keep your health as good as you can. All right, let me see what time we got here. Ooh, it's time to get started. So we're gonna get started here. I'm gonna lose the cap because I put don't inhale. There you go. So I just put this on because I have some St. Patty's Day stuff coming up, and I actually ordered this hat. It fits really nicely. And so since this is the closest live class I'll have, I think, to St. Patty's, or the last one before St. Patty's Day. And then I've got some stuff going on tomorrow where I'm actually going to go to like a St. Patty's Day parade, a little Irish town kind of nearby, and just do some fun stuff tomorrow. So I thought I kind of get festive for the occasion. Now, in reality, we don't wear hats in the dojo, right? So, traditional, serious training dojo, we do not wear hats. What is very much allowable to me is religious headwear. If somebody has something religious that they're supposed to wear all the time, no problem. Or something practical, like if somebody has, let's say, some kind of like cloth or bandana or something to like manage their hair, then that's not a problem at all. Or a headband to keep sweat from dripping in your eyes, no problem at all there. That's all sanctioned as far as I'm concerned. I think if you're going to train somewhere in a dojo, in another country like Japan or Okinawa, you need to kind of read up on what the ideas are there if you're even considering wearing any kind of hat or headwear, because culturally, like a headband might be spinjitzu. Yeah. Culturally, a headband might be considered differently in a different place. Like I know in Japan, a lot of the kamikaze pilots and stuff, they wore those headbands, and sometimes it had a lot to do with sort of the Japanese kind of empire type thinking, like we're better than you and stuff like that. And so people in Okinawa, depending on the type of headband, um, got to be careful with what the messaging is and stuff. You might not want to wear a headband that's just like that. All right, well, I'll lose the hat. Oh no, I have hat hair now. I This is a combination of bed head and hat hair, and so we will get started. Oh, good morning. Did you catch the hat or not? Okay, okay. All right, so let's get started with some training. Hey, so start with the Kyotsuke, heels together, feet in a V shape like this. You stand this position with your feet is called Masubidachi. Masubidachi. Then we do a respectful bow. Right? Onegashimasu. All right, then we're gonna go yoi. When we go yoi, we're gonna step over with our left foot, foot straight, turn the right foot out. Both feet are straight, about the same width as your shoulders. This is called heikodachi. And we're gonna move our hands into a position like this. Let's start off with just some basic front kicks. So you're gonna lift your knee, kick out straight, and put it down. Lift knee, kick out, pull back and down. Up, out, back, and down. Up, out, back, down. Up, out, back, down. Up, out, back, down. Up, out, back, and 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 down. All right. Next, we're gonna reach out with the heel. So pull the foot, flex it back like this. Reach out with your heel, like that, kagato. Up, out, back, down. 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 Up, out, back, and down. Up, out, back, and down. Up, out, back, down. Up, out, back, down with the heel. Then we'll go Jodan, head level. So reach up a little more with those kicks. So head level kick. Oh, Jodan. Let it reach a little bit. And we'll go Sokoto, 45-degree angle. So you're gonna pick your knee up to the front, basically like you're gonna do a front kick. But since we're going to the 45-degree angle, we're gonna kick with the sword edge of the foot, like that. It's gonna look like up, out, back, down. Up, out, back, and down with that sword edge of the foot. All right. So we'll do right side, left side, ready, ichi, knee, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. So you can kind of point over there, then kick, point, kick, point, kick, point, kick. All right, because we're a little bit warmed up now, we're going to do a squat followed by a kick. So we're gonna squat down, touch the floor, come up, sokoto geri. Down, touch the floor, up, sokoto geri. Down, up, san. Down, up, shi. Down, up, go. Down, up, roku. Down, up, shichi. Down, up, hachi. Down, up, ku. Down, up, ju. It is amazing that people can type while they're doing these squats. I don't even know how they do it. It's talent. All right. It's not hard, guys. It's a sokoto geri. All right. So the advantage of doing oh my gosh, you guys. All right. The advantage of doing it like this is that as you come up, you're doing a kick at the very end. So one, at the very top of the movement, you're actually only using one leg. So it's kind of developing a little bit of a different type of leg strength. And two is that you are actually pushing with your other leg into the kick. Yeah, so that's a good point. There is some cool scenes of like boxing and stuff like that in ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs and pictures and paintings and stuff like that. Also at like Knossos in Crete. So yeah, there's definitely, this is as old as it gets. You're right. All right. So at the end of the squat, you're basically, as you come up from your squat, you're doing this. You're doing this. And so that pushing in with the other leg is teaching you how to kick correctly. Because in reality, that is what you want to do. When you do your kick, you want to push with this leg and drive the hips in. Push with this leg, boom, drive the hips in. So it's a good way to think about it. All right, since you guys like that so much, we do one more set of 10. All right, ready? Down, up, sokoto. Down, up, sokoto. Ready, ichi, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi. Remember at the very top, hachi, this one pushes in, ku, ju. All right. Yep. Africa in the chat. Go Africa. Oh gosh. All right. Let's do a little bit of some upper body stuff. So we're gonna just turn our body. Now we're gonna practice pushing, turning the hips, swinging the high toe, the inside edge of that hand. So some people would call this a ridge hand. In Japanese language, you say high toe, oh, high toe, high toe. Oh. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Now you can hook, you can circle to hook their arm out of the way. Boom. Throw the high toe. Circle, hook, high toe. Circle, hook, high toe. Circle, hook, high toe. Circle, so you're hooking here, high toe. Hooking, high toe. Circle, 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 high toe. All right. Then let's do kind of walking across the floor, combination of kicks. So we'll go from here, Gaidon, Chudon, Jodon. Those are just front kicks. This one's a Sokotoge. All right, left foot's in front now. Right, Gaidon. Left, Chudon. Right, Jodon. Left, Sokotoge. Now let's back up, but be blocking as you back up. So you're gonna be scooting back like this. Block here, blocking low to get back here. All right, now we're gonna kick the left foot first. We go Gaidon, Chudon, Jodon, Sokotoge, Gaidon, Chudon, Jodon, Sokotoge. All right, so then we're gonna, with our left foot in front, we're gonna scoot back. So a lot of times, people in like a point sparring situation, they're trying to hit you. You might be leaning back, you might be avoiding, but you're also gonna be blocking. So a lot of times it might be a kick, where if you just put one hand up, the kick might knock down your hand, you still get hit. So you might use two hands. So you're going back and you're gonna block two hands. Back, block two hands. Then something's coming mid-level, you're blocking here. Mid-level, blocking here. All right, so as we go back, two hands, boom, boom, block, because you want to keep this one kind of up to block here, block as you scoot back. All right. All right, let's do a few kind of a lunge kick, right? So we'll start in place. So you're gonna drop your left foot back and drop your right knee down to where it's level with the heel here. So it should be level with the heel. That's the exact length that we're using for Zen Kusudachi stance. But instead of actually touching your knee on the floor, you're gonna go till it almost touches, come up and kick. All right, and then step down, bring the other one back, knee almost touches, up, kick. All right, bring it back to level, knee back, down, almost touch, up, kick. Knee back, down, almost touches, up, kick. Drop your knee, it almost touches the floor, kick. Drop your knee till it almost touches the floor, and kick. Drop your knee till it almost touches the floor, kick. Knee almost touches, kick. We are not yet in the segment of the day where Ra is in power here. So this is why we're doing some hard training here in the underworld, in the basement dojo. All right. This time, let's go across the floor with some combination stuff. So we're gonna start kind of further back. You've got your right foot in front, kind of a fighting stance. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring your right foot up to, or your back foot, which is your left foot, up to the right foot. And as you come up, you're gonna reach out with your right foot, boom, and do a round kick. This is a quick slapping round kick with the top of your foot. Yeah, what's that? Asmodeus, exactly. All right, so right foot's in front. I'm gonna step up, boom, throw my round kick, and that puts me kind of sideways. Let's say they backed up a little bit. I'm gonna chase them by bringing the back foot up again, boom, throw my side kick. I'm gonna turn, look, might even throw like a back fist to draw their guard up, boom, and throw my back kick. All right, let's try that again. When you back up, every time you back up, think block here, block here, block here, block here, boom. All right, back here, I'm gonna lunge in with a fake jab. Scoot up, round kick, end up sideways. Scoot up, side kick. Turn, look, fake the back fist, and kick, back kick. Then I scoot back, I'm thinking block, 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 block. Left foot's in front. I'm gonna come in with the fake jab. Round kick. Washigeri. Feet together. Yokogeri. Uraken Zuki. And Ushirogeri. All right, so left foot again. As I back up, block, 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 block. Here, fake the jab. Scoot up, feet together, round kick. Come here, bring the back foot up. If you have to go further, you could even back step here to cover more distance. Yokogeri. Turn. Fake the back fist and throw that kick. That's got to come together. So it's gonna go boom, 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 boom. This comes together. Boom, boom. Fake back fist, back kick. Fake back fist, back kick. It's got to follow in quick succession. All right, your right foot's in front. You're back here, lunge in with a fake jab. Scoot up, washigeri. You can do a back step here, yokogeri. Turn, throw the fake back fist, ushirogeri. Discombobulated, maybe, I don't know. But if it hits, it hits. Somebody said they wanted to see spin jitsu in the comments earlier, so I guess this is as close as I get to spin jitsu. All right. Let's do a little bit of stomach exercise, all right? We're just gonna do sit-ups. Thank you. All right. Myself as well. It's a valuable skill to have. All right. Sometimes it's better to be good at tongue biting than it is to be good at fighting. All right, we're gonna sit up, we're gonna touch our heels. Sit up, touch the heels, and down. Up, touch the heels, 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 down. Up, down. Ue, shita. Ue, shita. Ue, shita. ue, sta, 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 ue. Good. All right, let's go. Let's do a stand up. So brace your rear hand behind you in a way that keeps you stable front to back. You post this foot in enough, close enough to your butt that you can lift your hips up like that. This hand's kind of protecting you as you do this. This foot's ready to push to create some distance, but you're gonna float the hip, bring the foot back to post now. So now you got some stability. You're still defending. Once this hand comes up, this is joining in protecting yourself as you stand up. All right. Let's get into some stuff from Kobuken. So in Kobuken, we got the sequence where you're here, you did Nukite to the eye, you grab a hold, pull in, and this is Sokoto Geri, that you're really counterbalancing with your pole, and you're driving that kick straight in, chewed on, all right? So, Nuki to the eye, grab, chewed on, boom, and block as you step down. This is what I can't seem to get you guys to figure out. I'm not talking about the general YouTube audience, I'm talking to my black belts. You gotta block as you come down from that kick. So it's Nuki to the eye, boom, kick, block. As the foot comes down, you should be blocking. Because when you build on this and you go to Jokyu level, it's gonna be Nuki to the eye, pull and kick. As the foot comes down, this one's gonna push, and this one's going to circle at the same time as you kick. All right, so for Jokyu level, it's gonna be Nuki to the eye, grab, pull into the kick, Sokoto, block as you step down. In Jokyu, it's gonna be Nuki to the eye, pull into the kick, boom, step down and push, circle kick. In Chukyu, it'll be Nuki to the eye, pull, kick, block as you step down, boom, then you would scoot into your kick. Again, when it comes to scooting's risky in the tournaments. I think to the judges who don't understand what you're doing, scooting is usually gonna make your kick look worse because they think that you're just not like balanced when they see you do that scoot. So I wouldn't do the scoot in a tournament just because I think it confuses judges, and also like it is a little bit riskier if the floor is slick, if the mat or the gym floor, there's all kinds of different surfaces. It'd be a little different if you were wearing shoes in a parking lot. It's because I'm glowing, I'm sweating. All right, so you have to maintain what balance you do have, right? Because one-legged men could be even less balanced if they're trying to hop on that leg, right? Or either leg, really, or scoot on it. Like, you're gonna have more balance if you don't hop with your foot, if you don't hop with your leg. I think you're gonna be better balanced. So understand Chukyu, understand that the scooting of the foot has a purpose and it can be useful, but know when to use it and when not to use it. If your balance is compromised in some way at that moment, that's not the time to use it. The time to use that chukyu scooting footstep is when you know the ground that you're on, and you have the opportunity to kick your opponent, and you need to commit everything that you've got to that kick. That's maybe the time to use that chukyu. So you can practice it. I wouldn't use that in the tournament probably. Respect the scoot. Wait, but wait a minute. Those people. Well, what's those people? What do you mean by those people? All right, all right. So let's go. Um, let's practice this, okay? So your right foot's in front here. Right foot in front. You just did a kosuke. You did a nuki to the eye, palm down all the way. You're gonna grab, you're gonna pull into yourself. You're gonna do a chudan level kick. Create those opposing forces. Block as you step down. Block. Now, basic, the way we do the kata, you kick chudan level, then you step, block, kick chudan level again. The way for like a tournament, you could do block as you step down, kick chudan, kick jodan, and then block. Yeah, I already had my karate like co-opted by the Egyptians, and so now I'm those people, you people. I don't know. No, it is true that like I think everybody's got two arms, two legs, two knees, two elbows, except Jason. Sorry. But human beings, like, we're all built similarly, and so we're not built the same, but we're built similarly. And so people in cultures all the way around the world have developed the ability to fight and defend themselves, or to make war independently. So you could have a group of people who's net on one side of the world who's never met a group of people on the other side of the world, and there would probably be some crossover in how their fighting styles were. But I do think that there's a difference between, like, there is some cultural transmission though too. Like, I think if the Egyptians and the Minoans were doing boxing and wrestling, the Nubians were doing wrestling. If they were doing some of those things, and they were the dominant empire cultures of their era, it would make sense that that spread around the known world at that time. It would also make sense then that kind of the cultures that learned their legacy and passed, like the Greek culture, they learned their legacy of the Egyptians and they passed that down. They learned the legacy of the Minoans. So the Greeks, the big classical Greek civilization, they learned a lot of their stuff from the Egyptians, from the Minoans. And we know the Greeks did boxing, wrestling, and pankration, which was mixed martial arts, wrestling, boxing, everything else. So, so they were doing that, all right. And the Greeks, we have Hellenization. The whole Mediterranean world was Hellenized. They conquered Persia, which Persia had some martial arts continuity, and it makes sense they got as far as India. A lot of our they had a military, and the military, of course, the military guys were doing a form of military pankration. We won't include them. I don't think that's that's on the level of the contributions of the Greeks and Egyptians. All right, all right. But India is where a lot of people credit some of these martial arts from fanning out from, and it makes sense in a way. Like my frustration has always been that some of the Indian martial arts do not really look like super effective practical martial arts. It's just it's hard to the wrestling, yeah, but the kicking and like striking and stuff like that, it doesn't quite look like anything that it gets real practical. So I feel like something happened where India kind of stopped doing some of their stuff, but location wise, it makes sense that martial arts from Thailand and China and Japan, even, you know, some of these early predecessors to those arts probably came out from India. So India probably did have a martial art that I think probably isn't practiced anymore. I know they have martial arts that they say is really, really, really old, but I question whether if it's still the same martial art, then it went through a lot of changes, kind of like wushu, Chinese wushu. The Chinese martial arts, they have some legit martial arts, but then they have some very stylized sport martial arts like wushu, and that's what I kind of see with a lot of the old Indian martial art. All right, let's do let's do the sequence again for Kobuken. All right, so we're gonna go starting to the back, Kosuke, Nuki to the eye, pull, Sokoto, lock, kick Chudan, Jodan, lock here as you step down, drive in with a Tate Hiji, drop Gaidon, and drive into your punch. All right, Muay Thai. All right, so right foot's in front, locking, Nuki to the eye, pull, kick, lock, kick, lock, Tate, Hiji, Gaidon, Yakuzuki. Again, Kosuke, Nuki to the eye, pull, kick, lock, Chudan, Jodan, lock, Tatehiji, Gaidon, Yakuzuki. Okay. Yeah, I bet that Indian martial arts, like martial arts from India, the original ones, I bet it looked a lot like Muay Boran. That's my theory. To me, Muay Boran, like you see them practicing in these, they have a lot of like ancient, really, really ancient temples where you see the influence of Indian religion. You see in Thailand, you see the dancing is clearly influenced by that culture, the Hinduism, and um, they have influences of Sanskrit, like the original language throughout there. Yeah, I shouldn't get too deep into it, but like the all right. So this is what we did. Although it's like not letting me hear me. So we made a gap here, and so we when we put it on the chair on the other one, it doesn't earthquake as much. Engineering at its finest, right? I learned it from the Egyptians. Okay. Um, so So like in Thai, for example, like you have now we're what should I say? I keep it real low tech around here. Real low tech. But to show like the continuity of some of those structures, you have um, the Sanskrit, right? Like you have you can see the relationship of like the Thai language to the original Sanskrit. When Thai people like greet each other, like for men they say like "Sawatdee Cup," and women "Sawatdee Ka." Now, if you think about like how that actually sounds, it kind of sounds like they're saying swastika, right? And the swastika, we think of it with a really, really bad connotation with the Nazis, right? And so we don't have. I did not. Nope. I'm too young. One of the few times I can say I'm too young. All right. So with swastikas, like you don't have um, the it's a negative connotation in our symbol or in our negative symbol with a negative connotation in our culture in our society, but the Nazis co-opted the swastika symbol from these Sanskrit origins where it actually meant like a symbol of like prosperity and peace and stuff like that. So you're giving somebody a really, you're wishing them peace and you're basically saying swastika. And so it was a kind of a symbol that they thought had like some power to it. Yeah, I shouldn't say that. I'm gonna get in trouble. So there's actually here. I'll show you. We're gonna go on a little field trip here. Where is it? It's not prominently displayed. That's a Tibetan tapestry. That's African. That is not Tibetan. This is Tibetan. Oh, I should show you too. It's on like a little crossbow arrow. There's like and it's got one on the bottom too. It's on the tip of like a little crossbow bolt. But anyway, those are the only swastikas I have in my home. And they don't mean anything negative or hateful to anybody. And they were from before that ever happened. Those predate the Nazis. So I'll talk about this too. So these are Tibetan thunderbolts, actually. These are from Tibet. My great grandparents brought them back. That's a Thai dragon boat. So you see the people actually. I'm sorry, we're getting a whole tour here. Those kind of look like Yaku a little bit. I mean, paddles kind of look the same, but dragon boats, that's the way that they use Yaku in Okinawa still is with a dragon boat races. This is a Thai dragon boat, literally a dragon boat. So anyhow, those thunderbolts, the way that those things are, is if you unfolded them, you can see that at the top, they're kind of like folded like this. If you unfolded those, they would kind of look like sai. And that's because the sai are borrowed from the Indian Trishula, from like Hindu religion, but they're also very practical police implement all at the same time. So, all right. Well, we are getting close to out of time. We got a few minutes here. We covered a lot of what I wanted to cover. Any questions? I know I went way, way off track there. I must be tired. I don't know what to talk about. I guess I could continue some of the tour. I just don't know. I don't know what's interesting. All right, so I guess we'll stay on like a Thailand theme here. Let me switch this around. Oh, it is buried, so I've got some group of necklaces or not bracelets here. This is a very old certificate. I won first place in the adult Kobudo. I think this was a orange belt, yellow belt, and white belt division. I'd been doing karate and Kobudo for a little bit over a year at that time. And I think that's when Kinjo Kaicho was there. So we had a little dojo taikai tournament. And then these are some kiddos who, when I left, probably the first time I left, they sent a lot of really positive messages. I just found that recently. All right, this is a really old Muay Thai boxing program. So actually here you can see some of the like Thai writing. And I think if you compared that to like the Sanskrit, like you'd see a lot of similarities there. But yeah, you can see, just look at the car in the background. Like there's a different era, big temple in the background. Yeah, so definitely influences of Indian culture in Thailand. So to me, if you want to look for original, oh sorry, those were karate belts from the past. So for me, if you, yeah, he does. They run a lot. All right, a lot. So don't be complaining about doing a few squats in the morning. Okay, I'm not making you run 3 miles for the warm up to start class. Okay, but to me, if you want to see what like ancient martial arts in India looked like, I think Muay Boran, the traditional martial art that's kind of the predecessor of Muay Thai, that is where to look. Let's see. I don't know if there's anything else you guys want to see or not. I can't think of anything that's interesting. Ooh, maybe. What other decor do we have around here? Okay. I don't know if you guys have seen my socks. We got socks. Socks. I think this is a t-shirt. That's some more socks. Up here, that is a. I know I need to clean. That's a crystal sword from Russia. Actually, is where that's from. Oh, I don't know. Yeah. Oh, I can show my other. This is a Chinese tapestry that my great grandparents brought back from when they were in Tibet. Because some of the time that they spent in Tibet, they were on the border of Tibet and China. Like my grandpa and his sister were born 5 years apart in the same room of the same house. These are some aquatic themes, I think, here. Um, they were born in the same room of the same house, but his sister was born in China and he was born in Tibet. Yeah. Um, all right. That's probably all for today, guys. So keep training, get some practice in. I know we're running mostly through stuff for the tournament preparation for you guys to actually go compete. But don't forget about your other stuff. All right. So because you've got that coming up, I want to help you get there. But let's not be in a position where right when it's time for the tournament, you get done with the tournament and now we're staring the seminars in the face and your NEON test. We're looking at that, and I have to start like getting you guys caught up on just the basic katas. Okay, okay. Ask your question real quick. Did the house move? The territory shifted. So even before China took over, the Tibetans and Chinese had been fighting. The border was shifting back and forth for a super long time. So they had been fighting a lot for a long time. And so the border is always moving back and forth. The house was kind of on the border, so it shifted. The house stayed in the same place. All right. Well, any other questions real quick before we go? All right. Keep polishing up the katas and work on improving some of that stuff. And we will see you guys on Monday. Not the virtual audience or anybody who's on here watching, but the in-person people will see you Monday. Virtual audience, I'll probably be back next Friday, doing some classes. Yeah, that doesn't seem like the best place to raise a family, does it? Like right on the border of a place where there's territorial fighting back and forth. And that's something that people, when we think about like missionaries of the past, I think a lot of times people really look at it through this modern lens of, and it was semi modern back then, but like we have a different perspective than they had like back then, and we're looking at it as you know missionaries maybe sometimes go and they push their culture on people, like, hey, stop doing your cultural traditions, and our way is better than your way. But a lot of these missionaries really lived among the people where they were doing the mission work, and they actually did adopt a lot of the cultures of those places. And what they were sharing is the gospel message of Jesus. So they were not, you know, there's all kinds of people. So there's probably some missionaries who are going there and yeah, yeah. There were probably some missionaries who were going there and like being really like condescending and like disrespectful. But for the most part, like missionaries realize I'm by myself in a place full of people who could kill me if they want to, right? And so they actually usually respected the cultures a lot and treated those well. Thank you, thank you. Um, I think the thing we don't think about is when those missionaries took their families overseas, they knew they were taking their babies and their young children to a place where they weren't going to get the level of medical care that they would in the United States. And they were on a ship. They couldn't just order their favorite stuff from home on Amazon. They couldn't FaceTime with their friends and their family. They're saying goodbye to their friends and their family and going across the world. and living in this other place, and the place is going to be dangerous for your kids. Like it's one thing for me, like I don't have a lot of concern about personal danger. Like I don't worry about am I going to be safe or not. But I do worry about like is my family going to be safe? So the thought of taking my family and moving to another place far away where there's a lot of danger doesn't seem appealing to me at all. So different times, different kind of people though, different kind of people, and we can learn a lot from people like that. All right. Yeah, we will work on self defense. We will get the self defense squared away to the point where the blood tournament. We don't talk about the blood tournament. Not on YouTube. You have to like be there, invitation only, man. You know this. All right. We will drill self-defense in person. It's hard for me to like walk you through it virtually because I think that's going to confuse you, but when we are in person, we're going to mostly practice self-defense and team kata. Your individual kata, I'll take a look at that when we're in person, but it's mostly your responsibility to get that squared away. You know what looks good. You have mirrors, you have phones that take video. Do the work you need to do to polish that up. I've given you tons of feedback on your katas. It's your responsibility to get your individual kata up to par. And I could not care less about medals. I don't care if you get no medals and the judges sit there looking at you like you guys suck. Um, yeah, that's right. Exactly. If the judges look at you like you guys suck, then it is what it is. But what matters is that you improve your stuff. Uh, he knows the rule. The first rule of Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club, and the blood tournament is even more so that way. We absolutely do not talk about the blood tournament. It's not going to be a brawl because we are. What's more important in the martial arts? Like learning how to deal with adversity, disappointment, our own feelings, our own emotions, our own anger, and learning how to interact smoothly and harmoniously with other people, or fighting, right? If you have a black belt on, the fighting part you should have down already. But I think it's probably time to really, you also have a lot of experience dealing with adversity, so just think about it like that. Like it's a lesson. It's if I tell you, hey, you've got more work to do. This could have been better in your performance. It's something to internalize and keep for next time. But if you practice the way that you should practice, you have nothing to be ashamed about, nothing to be embarrassed about, and you can hold your head up high regardless of medals. We're doing 4 events, so I'm hoping that you guys get some kind of hardware out of it for you. I don't care from a standpoint of I'm not going to be like disappointed in you if you don't get medals. I just want you to do the best performance that you're capable of doing under the circumstances with the amount of time you have. I understand everybody's life circumstances. I don't expect you guys to quit your jobs or quit school or anything like that, so you can dedicate yourself to doing hundreds of repetitions of katas every day. I don't expect that. I just want you to work with what you have to make sure that you're putting your best foot forward when you do the tournament. Okay. Well, goodbye. Keep training. Keep your kata sharp. Work on them a lot. When we're in person, we'll work self-defense stuff. Until next time.